Now, verse 3. For thus saith the Lord, ye have sold yourselves for naught, and you shall be redeemed without money. So the Lord, this is talking to the Lord's people again, right? But not the city so much, but the people themselves, right? And they sold themselves for nothing. That's the idea, because they were by being idolaters and being sinners, they sold themselves to sin, but for nothing, because there's nothing from sin. There's nothing you get out of it. But you shall be redeemed without money. That is, God will take them back without without money, because they were never really disowned. You know, they could try to sell themselves, but he never let them go. He never said that you're no longer mine, or you're not yourself to sell. You know, so they might have sold themselves for nothing, but it's not they're not the ones to they're not able to sell themselves because they don't own themselves. You know. Um, but the sold for nothing and redeemed without money is like this tension that's going on. Like, it's like this contrast between being sold for nothing and redeemed without money is this dramatic tension. You know, it's like how could you be sold for nothing and then redeemed without money? You know, it's this thing that's redemption is certain though, but the currency, the money that it takes is hidden. It's a thing hidden that we may see later, that we're gonna see as when we see the price paid in chapter 53. Okay, so that's why this is setting up something here. When they say it like this, you sold yourselves for naught, you should be redeemed without money. It's like it's setting up this thing. How can you be redeemed without money? How does that work? You know. But when we find out later on about the servant in chapter 53, what he has to go through, then we know the price that was paid. Okay. Um, but this idea of being redeemed, this is the Gaal again, right? You know that. Remember we talked about this, the kinsman redeemer. So this is that idea that they're being redeemed by their kinsman, because it's just like in Ruth. I always go to Ruth, but there's other examples of this. Like it actually comes up in Leviticus 25. Um, where is it? And if thou sell aught unto thy neighbor, buyest that. Oh wait. If thy brother be waxen poor and has sold away some of his possession, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, this is that word, the kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem it that which his brother sold. And if the man which have none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it, let him count the years of the sale thereof, and restore the overplus unto the man to whom he sold it. So it's that idea of the kinsman can redeem it. Okay. Relieve him. Anyway. Oh yeah, and if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant, but as an hired servant and as sojourner. So it's that thing, the brother, the kinsman. You know, that's the idea here. They're redeemed by the kinsman. Okay, but once again, the fact that they're redeemed without money is also something we see in First Peter. For as much as you know that you were not redeemed with corruptible things as silver and gold from your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers, but with the precious blood of Christ, as of a lamb without blemish and without spots. So we're redeemed again without silver and gold. You know? That's why they're redeemed without money. Okay? Because Jesus is as we see here, even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many. So it's his life, not by money, but by his life that we are redeemed, right? So God's justice demands a price, but it's not in silver and gold, it's in blood, and the blood of Christ, the precious blood of our Lord Jesus, okay? So these phrases, the idea of redeem without money, it's supposed to raise this question in your mind, like, how does that work? How does that even happen, you know? And then it's going to get answered in chapter 53 when we read that.
Okay. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 Studying the Bible with Mike and Pat. These other YouTubers are just so trash. Hit the thumbs up if you wanna support. Go follow Mike as he follows the Lord. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 You better watch out, Mike's calling out the shields. If you're not free grace, you need to sit down and chill. We're not hyper grace, you know we keep it real. Eternally secure, you know that we're sealed. We don't back low, we're not workspace heretics. Mike's not in it for the money, trying to get a lick. They out here selling their souls for a couple clicks. Becoming Freemasons so they can't just get rich. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 Shout out to Mike and Pat. Check out his channel, Toronto Bible Study. Subscribe and like.